Gymnastics, good enough to feature the two best gymnasts in the nation. Jade Carey is number one. Her 7 perfect scores help Oregon State top the magical 198 total for the first time in school history. Jordan Childs is a close number 2. Childs owns the best all-around score of anybody in the country, helping the Bruins top 198 twice. Utah has been top 5 all season long, and nobody's better on the make-or-break balance beam. Their depth and balance have the Red Rocks aiming for a record 3rd straight title. California also topped 198 twice to end the regular season, breaking team scoring records both times. Junior Andy Lee is the mama bear on a team that may be the most consistent and the most deeply talented of them all. An epic showdown for the conference crown, and it begins right now, only on the Pac-12 Network. It is always the longest day of the year, but for gymnastics fans like us, it's the best day of the year. It's the Pac-12 Gymnastics Championships presented by Sprouts Farmers Market. Tonight, 4 of the most dynamic teams in the country will battle over 4 rotations for the conference title at the Maverick Center in West Valley City, Utah, home of the Pac-12 Championships and live on the Pac-12 Network. Earlier today, session 1, Arizona State posts a 196.7. It's a good score, but not great, and should not hold up. Tonight's main event features 4 heavyweights among the nation's top 11 teams as Utah goes for an historic 3-peat. But UCLA comes in as the highest ranked team, Cal is the hottest, and Oregon State features the country's top all-arounder and the Olympic gold medalist on the floor, Jade Carey. Speaking of Olympic gold medalists, hi everybody, Jim Watson alongside the Olympic gold medalist, Amanda Borden. You've been saying it all year, you've been predicting it, and now it's actually happened. This is by far the most competitive final we've ever seen at Pac-12s.
Absolutely. All 4 of these teams have gone above a 198. For Oregon State, it was program history. Utah put up the highest score in the conference. UCLA scores have steadily climbed, putting them number 1 coming into this competition. And Cal coming off back-to-back 198s. I mean, any one of these teams could win it.
Speaking of UCLA, we got to talk about Jordan Childs. She has just been unconscious lately, spectacular all season long, and she just put up a mind-bending all-around score of 39.9.
Well, she's ranked number 2 in the all-around. Because of that, she's had perfect 10s on the uneven bars and floor. She's dynamic, powerful. She has the high-flying skills, and she is so fun to watch. Today, she's going to be anchoring on 3 events for UCLA.
The only reason she's not the number 1 all-around gymnast in the country is because her Olympic teammate, Jade Carey, is. 3 times this season, Jade has put up multiple 10s in a single meet.
Well, and she's put up a perfect 10 on all 4 events this season alone, 7 total. For Oregon State, though, they're going to be tested coming right out of the gate because they're starting on the most difficult event, the balance beam.
Utah's got Miley O'Keefe. California has Andy Lee. 4 final teams over 4 critical rotations to win the Pac-12 title and perhaps make history. The postseason begins in just minutes, live from the Maverick Center and only on the Pac-12 Network. It is perfect. There is snow, the Wasatch Front. There is a packed house at the Maverick Center and 4 teams ranked in the top 11. Jim Watson alongside the Olympic gold medalist, Amanda Borden. All right, this is the way it goes. UCLA, the top seed, chooses to start in the Olympic order on vault. Utah is the 2nd seed. They begin on bars. California is the 3rd seed, but rather than go on beam, they elect to go on floor, which means not that they love floor, but that they love beam, and they're going to finish on beam, and that's where Oregon State will begin its evening. All 4 apparatus feeds, as well as a scoreboard feed, are available to watch online. So if you choose to just want to watch, say, the beam, you can do that on Pac12.com, on the Pac-12 Now app. Go to the link. You see it on the screen there, / whichever event you want to watch. And every routine on that event will be available. You can follow your favorite team, your favorite gymnast all the way around the room. UCLA passed Utah in the final week of the regular season to become number 4 in the country and just in front of the Red Rocks. And so they begin on the vault. Olympic order for UCLA, Marquetta Frazier, Frazier is a super senior. It's her 5th year. She hasn't been great on vaults of late, but we know she can be. And it's up to her to get UCLA off to a big start. Here we go, the Pac-12 Championships, live on the network.
And that is a big start. She's powerful, she's dynamic. She had the hop on the landing, but you can see she likes it, and she will determine the energy of this first rotation.
You know she's been frustrated lately. She knew she was capable of better. California begins on the floor, as we said. Nevaeh D'Souza, the senior from Fairfield, just north of Berkeley. She has gone 985 8 different times on the floor this year.
She has been a consistent rock for this team. She leads off on 3 of their events for a reason. She's calm, she's confident, but early in the season, Liz told me that she loves gymnastics more now than ever before. And a high-flying combination pass to start her routine. I mean, the energy in this building, we knew it was going to be loud, but one routine around on each event and everybody's going crazy. You mentioned Cal choosing to start on floor. This is a great event. They're consistent, but I think the biggest factor is they're ending on balance beam, where they feel like they are their best. Beautiful form, legs glued together on that front full.
Nevaeh D'Souza, one of 4 all-arounders in the lineup today for California. To the bars and the Red Rocks of the University of Utah, Amelie Morgan, the bronze medalist from Great Britain. You heard the cheer in the background, already posted a 9.875. Here comes a strong candidate for Freshman of the Year, McKenna Smith, who's gone 9.85 at least 8 times this year.
Beautiful form, swinging back out of that Maloney, down to the Pac Salto. The key on the uneven bars is the high flying releases in the form, but it's nailing the cast handstands like that, holding at the top. Finishing double Arabian, a blind landing can be challenging to land. Outstanding, she has been so impressive in her freshman year. She jumped into the all-around early for Utah, which does not happen that often, but she's also been handling the pressure well.
Utah is ranked in the top 8 on all 4 events on bars. They are number 5. UCLA is ranked in the top 9 on all 4 events. And this is statistically UCLA's weakest event, where they are ranked 9th.
Emily Lee rebounding nicely. You saw Emma Malabuyo had a 9.575, so a little stumble there for UCLA early on. Great recovery there. That should be a strong score.
Emily Lee's been solid all year on vault, always over 9.8 at a 9.875 on the road in Arizona. Back to the bars as we wait for the score on McKenna Smith. Next up will be Abby Brenner. Brenner scheduled to go in 3, and this year all of her scores have been at least 9.8 or above across the board. We saw a little of this in the first session, judges making sure that they have the right start values, that they're giving credit for all the skills. Brenner has been fantastic on this event during her time in college. Remember, she's a transfer from the University of Michigan, where she was the captain of the national championship team in 2021.
Well, this bar routine so far so good. Release combination to start. Winding up, finishing it out, double layout. Landing right on top of it.
That's got to feel good. Bars has been a strength for Utah. They added
Stokes, Smith, and Brenner. So the depth has gotten even deeper on this event.
Back to the vault. Shea Campbell waits for the green light. Still checking scores for UCLA on vault. Know that Utah and UCLA are frenemies. They will watch each other across this room. And that opens things up for California. Because if you're paying attention to your arch rival, you might forget about the Golden Bears. And California just went 198 twice, setting school records.
Yeah, in less than 48 hours, they competed on, I believe it was a Friday and then a
Sunday. Quads both times. Campbell.
Wow.
Number 8 in the country on vault.
And you can see why. She only does Yurchenko layout full, but she's ranked that high because she goes higher than anybody I've ever seen. Distance unbelievable, and then dropped it in for a perfect landing. Now, because it only has a start value of 995, if the judges think she was perfect, that's the score you'll see.
Yep, that's the top score. She did that against Stanford, a perfect score.
That should be pretty close.
She's actually done it 4 times in her career, a perfect 995. Maddie Williams waiting to go for California. You see Liz Cradle-Howell, the co-head coach, and today the only head coach on the floor for California. Her husband, Justin Howell, back in Berkeley. He's ill, did not make the trip, but you know he's watching. And they talked a lot about him yesterday at workout and what he would say and his influence on this team. I think they're in good hands. The 91 national champion on bars. Maddie Williams for California, her last 6 on floor have all been 9.875 or better. Big scores.
First pass, front layout to front 1.5 twist. Earlier in the season, she was only performing 2 tumbling passes, both in combination. So she has to pack the difficulty in, even in elements like this.
Double wolf.
Talked about it in session 1. You can see the athletes perform at this competition on a podium. They're raised up on a stage. It can affect the way the equipment feels. Cal doing a great job being consistent and in control on those landings.
Maddie Williams for California. You talk about peaking for the postseason. In the last weekend, the Friday, Sunday, doubleheader, both quads at home. California put up a 198-1 on Friday night and a record on beam, and then came back and bested it. In fact, blew it out of the water, obliterated the record, 198-275, and again, set a school record on beam. That's peaking at the right time. Jordan Childs on vault for UCLA, number 2 in the country in the all-around.
Huge Yurchenko double fall. We're going to see 2 of those tonight by, of course, Jordan and then Jade Carey. Most difficult vault we see in college gymnastics, and they do it near perfect every time.
Childs this year has perfect scores on bars and floor. On beam, she has got 9.975, and she's done it 3 different times. We'll see the score this time. Speaking of terrific athletes, how about Miley O'Keefe, who's in the all-around tonight for Utah. I believe she is the only all-arounder scheduled for Utah.
She is stunning on all 4 events. Beautiful lines, handstands on top, perfect form.
Double Arabian dismount.
She has a unique dismount. She comes off the bar with a half turn, double front.
Oh, come on! Really?
I mean, I can tell you it's a blind landing, but she does not make it look like it's blind. Unbelievable.
She's got 995 3 times. Got to be right there. California looks unimpressed. Andy Lee. I guess we go from Childs to Miley O'Keefe to Andy Lee, 3 of the best gymnasts in the country, back to back to back.
She has incredible flexibility she showcases throughout this routine. And a lot of options for tumbling, starting right there, the front double full. She can do that in combination. I think that's what's so amazing about college gymnastics. They come in with so many different options. They pick the ones they're best at, they can be most consistent with. To that landing there.
She has been so good on floor this year, 9.9 or better 7 times, had a 9.95 at LSU right at the end of the season. Scores for Utah on bars. The low score so far, a couple of 9.85s. And that brings Crystal Issa. Issa ranked 18th in the country. 6 straight 9.9s, in trouble early.
Wow, she did a cat stand, started to tip. She did bend her legs. That'll be a significant deduction, but a great save. I'm not sure it's gonna beat out their low score, but unique combination here. Giant full to a fast flipping double layout.
Well, the good news for Utah is before she even stepped up, they had already bagged a 49.375 opener. Remember, 6 compete, but only 5 score. So it may not hurt them. We'll see. Jade Carey with final remarks from head coach Tanya Chaplin. Jade Carey is the #1 all-around gymnast in the country. She is the Olympic gold medalist on the floor. But she has ranked and been fantastic on everything. On balance beam, she's won 8 times. She's #2 in the country, and she has 6 straight scores of 9.95 or better.
We got to see her get a perfect 10 at ASU. That was the first time on the balance beam.
And it was great for her because it was back in her hometown. Her mom was sitting about 30 feet from her, right in the stands.
Oregon State has had 1 mistake on this event, so a little pressure here. Solid front aerial. Stepping up for a tumbling series. That handspring layout, step out. I talk about it, the best beam workers, even when they're not straight, figure out a way to center up at the end of the tumbling passes and lock in, covering up some of those possible deductions. Gainer full dismount.
Jade Carey had 3 perfect 10s as a freshman last year. This year, an Oregon State record, 7 perfect 10s in 1 season. 7.
routine, very important for Oregon State. First rotation out, they had a fall in the middle of the lineup. It's a tough event to start on. We talk about it all the time. It's the make or break event, but this conference is deep on the balance beam. So to hit and put up a big score, fantastic. She finished gainer layout full. That is a watered down college dismount for her. Of course, at the Olympics, we see her doing the double flips off the end.
Yeah, Oregon State is going to end up with a great rotation. Peterson went 9.85. Jenna Domingo had a 9.9. Lauren Lech had a 9.9. Maddie Dagan went 9.875. And now waiting on the mark for Jade Carey. So it's going to be a huge opening rotation on beam for Oregon State. Now the beam is fantastic for everyone. The 4 teams in action tonight are all in the top 6 in the country, including Utah, who's #1. Jenna Domingo posted the early 9.9. She was in the 2 spot. We're going to look back exactly how that happened. Domingo has been excellent on beam. All 11 of her scores at least 9.825. Had a 9.925 against Arizona, so she almost matches her season high today at the Pac-12 Championships.
She opens with the front aerial, directly connected to the back pike. Nice fluid arm movements, making sure that connection. She's really nice rhythm, working her way down to the balance beam. We passed those 2 beautiful jumps. Dismounting off the side, gainer layout full.
So that was Domingo moments ago, her 9.9 in the 2nd spot for Oregon State. Jade Carey got a 9.975. Oregon State goes 49.5 on the beam, a huge score. Back to the floor, MJ Frazier, strong candidate for Freshman of the Year. She's ranked 12th in the country on this event. She's one of 4 all-arounders for the Golden Bears.
It's been a great rotation so far for Cal. Their low score, a 9.75.
Speaking of perfect scores, Frazier got one on floor at LSU.
Well, watch this huge double layout to start the routine. Got that incredible power in her tumbling, and then you just saw her leaps and jumps. Hyperextends those splits. Combination front through to double tuck. So fun to watch. Great start for Cal on floor.
MJ Frazier and her older sister, of course, Marquetta Frazier, a 5th-year senior at UCLA, was looking over her shoulder and watching her kid sister. Oregon State leads after one, a 49.5 over Utah's 49.375.